Great. So we have already had so many fantastic presentations, and to some extent, I feel I will just repeat most of them because I really resonate with them. So today I'm going to talk about what it's like to advise on academic writing as a GTA and first year international PGR. I will mainly focus on academic confidence. I'm Qiao Dai, and my name sounds like Ciao in Italian. So, and you can contact me via my email or Twitter. Let's get started. So a little bit about myself. I'm a second-year international self-funded PhD researcher/student in the School of Education. I'm looking at international higher education and gender. I did my undergraduate in China and came to Glasgow for my master's. It was my first time living in an English-speaking country. Apart from that, I'm also part-time GTA within Leeds, which is learning enhancement, academic development services at our university. And I'm a GTA supporting 3 teaching groups within School of Education and a part-time tutor for international high school students back in China. And most importantly, I'm a hip hop dancer and a member of 2 societies at our university. So if you look at the timeline here, I actually started my job within Leeds just after a few months of starting my PhD. So the job within Leeds covers mainly academic development. So we would advise on academic writing and teaching as well. So to be honest, as a first-year international PhD student online, I didn't have much confidence at the beginning. I was scared, and the imposter syndrome, of course, came into play. But now I'm looking back at the 8 months, I learned so much from my colleagues and students. So I'd love to use my GTA experience within Leeds as a thread to share some thoughts on academic confidence, and hopefully this can benefit you. So COVID has affected everyone to different extent in different aspects. For me, I had to stay in this country during the 10-month gap between finishing my master and starting my PhD. I haven't seen my family for 2 years, but when I did finally start my PhD in last October, I decided to make the most out of it. So I applied for and got the part-time job student ambassador at our university, where I just answer general inquiries from students and staff in study spaces. It was a very customer-facing job, so it's not really academic, but it was very challenging and valuable to me. Because at the start, I didn't feel confident and comfortable speaking English. It was my first work experience in this country. And I believe the 8 months of this work boosted my confidence in using English in professional and daily settings in general. And then in this January, I saw GTA recruitment email from Leeds. To be honest, I had never thought about advising on academic writing in universities, as I thought my linguistic skills were not good enough and I needed to learn instead of teach. But I did have the idea of trying out some GTA job within School of Education in the 2nd year, and the school wasn't recruiting at that moment. So I applied for GTA within Leeds purely to just gain some experience in job interviews for academic position. I had 0, so no hope of getting the job, but made a lot of effort preparing for the presentation in the interview, as I saw the value of it beyond just getting the job. And I was very interested in the topic I presented. But I did get the offer in 1 week. It was surreal, as the application was very competitive. I felt very lucky and grateful. So about the work in Leeds, we started with very intensive marking phase, which provided me the basic understanding of what and how students write. And then I had a lot of one-to-one appointment with undergraduate and postgraduate taught students on a daily basis. A few months of this experience gives me some understanding of why students write the way they write and what I can do to help. This knowledge helped me assisting lectures and joining discussion panels and Q&A sessions. I learned so much about teaching and learning in seminars and lectures from my inspiring colleagues and students. So in June, we had a department meeting. We were given a chance of designing, teaching, and managing our own short course during summer. So at that moment, 5 months of experience motivated me to take that challenge. So firstly, I would really like to stress the importance of taking small challenges, because I believe constantly exposing yourself to challenges is actually granting yourself the opportunity to grow. Everything from my job interview to later independent teaching was all challenging. I was nervous and scared doing all of them, just like now. But that didn't stop me trying them out. Personally, I think in order to boost your confidence, you need to expose yourself to lack of confidence or take challenges, if that makes sense. These were all small challenges and baby steps, but it's a scaffolding process of teaching experience and academic confidence. So in July, I designed, taught, and administered a 3-week short course called Learn Time Management from Films. This short course develops invaluable experience and confidence on my way towards independent teaching. I say independent, but this couldn't happen without the effort from students and colleagues. For example, in the designing phase, a colleague helped me make this course more engaging for students and better managing attendance and enrollment during the course. This 3-week course was an elective. There was no final assessment, but students were very self-motivated in learning, and that further motivated me to put more effort in teaching. I was being honest with my students about my capability at the beginning, such as I was not an expert/researcher in time management and how I came to design the course, etc. They were very supportive and engaged through the sessions. Indeed, after finishing the last session, some students just stayed in the Zoom to ask questions, and some told me that they were trying out my suggestions and really hoped this course would be longer. Apart from taking small challenges and scaffolding teaching experience, I like to stress the importance of keeping learning community. It's about being honest and vulnerable of what you don't know with both your colleagues and students, and of course, your supervisors. It's about asking for help and helping others. Personally, I think this idea is important for academic development, including academic confidence for students, researchers, and teachers in a community. So during these 8 months experience advising and teaching, I've got some very encouraging and heartwarming feedback from students. Another researcher suggested me to create a file of nice things from students. I think it was a great idea. So I put nice emails from students on my notes where I can go back to remind myself and feel inspired and motivated when I feel tired. I also record my daily activities like work, trainings, PhD progress on a daily basis. So after a year of my PhD, I can just look at my spreadsheet. It keeps me feel informed and good about what I have done and learned in the past, and further motivates me to achieve more in the future. So I think this act of kindness towards yourself and others alike is very important. I see the ongoing value of recognizing and celebrating all small steps for both myself and students. So here are 2 final tips I think might benefit you. Firstly, have a hobby outside academia, which keeps you sane. And lastly, most importantly, ask for help and help others. Feel free to reach out to me via my email or Twitter. Thank you very much for listening.